Hello, everybody, and welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Nibras.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. Welcome back, guys. I hope that you guys are excited for some amazing news. For anybody that doesn't know what the show is about, let me just give you a little bit of a description. Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic by the community for the community. I hope that you met my other co-hosts, as you heard, Kevin, Joshua, Nibras, and Jeffrey. But I start off with myself with gaming news. So I always bring the Spotlight Game of the Week. And for people that, again, don't know what Spotlight Game of the Week is, well, basically, it's a game that is recently came out and I want you guys to check out. And today's game is actually on Steam, and it is a Metroidvania, which is also known as a 2D platformer with tons of exploration. And today's game of the week is called Boida, or Biota. Boida is a 2D Metroidvania action platformer in which you command a team of mercenaries and investigate a mining colony infected by an alien plague. You have to take command of a team of 8 veteran mercenaries and switch between them to utilize their unique skills and weapons as you investigate the mining colony overrun by an alien plague and face many horrific monsters that mutated out of the miners. Rescue the scientists and uncover the truth about V Corp's illegal activities. Explore a pixel art world packed with mutant monsters and deadly traps. Try to survive using a multitude of guns and various crafts, including a mech, a sub, and a starship. This game actually is really cool because it mixes the charm of retro games and the modern day convenience of full controller support, saving anywhere and customizing the visuals at any time. So, you know what, guys? Phew! I don't have to worry about dying and having to restart the game all the way from the beginning because you can save anywhere at any time. And there's also really cool customization because you can customize it to if you really want to look to more of a vaporwave kind of style, or you want it more in a you want it more of a red Virtual Boy color. You can change the colors as much as you wish. But you know what's the best, guys? Nice, beautiful 8-bit chippy tune. Makes you want to listen to it on a cassette tape. It's genuinely a really good soundtrack. It's a really good game. And I actually played it personally myself. And I recommend that you give it a try because it's really cool. Just so you guys know, it is Metroidvania. And again, it is called Boida. Next up, though, we have Kevin. And Kevin has with us some all-important local news.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be back after a short break. You're with me, Kevin Aruja, listening to Youth Connect. Let's go to the headlines. Meta announces new Canadian engineering hub in Toronto. Spending reduced in federal budget but remains above pre-pandemic levels. Ontario offering fourth COVID-19 vaccine doses to everyone 60 and up starting April 7th. And Danny Green's finally received Raptors championship ring almost 3 years later. Premier Doug Ford, along with Meta executive today, announced the creation of Meta's new engineering hub based in Toronto. Meta, as you know, is Facebook's parent company. The company plans to hire up to 2,500 employees for remote and in-office positions across Canada over the next 5 years to help build the metaverse. Some of the Canadian job opportunities will be engineering focused and are expected to span building extended reality experience and meta technologies. This expansion will also focus on establishing the first Canadian WhatsApp, Messenger, and remote presence engineering teams. Meta also plans on growing its Canadian Reality Labs and AI research team. Ontario is offering the fourth doses of COVID-19 vaccine to all residents aged 60 and up beginning Thursday morning. The province said it will also open to eligibility for fourth doses to all Indigenous residents of the province 18 and up at the same time. Expanding booster eligibility will provide an extra layer of protection against the Omicron and BA.2 variant, and in addition to antivirals, are another tool the province is using to live with and manage COVID-19. People can receive a fourth doses of COVID vaccines at an interval of at least 5 months since their last COVID-19 vaccine shot. Finance Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland's second pandemic budget turns Canada's fiscal focus to making lives more affordable and giving a long-needed boost to Canadian productivity. She wrapped the budget with lots of yellow caution tapes warning of the economic uncertainty posed by Russia's invasion of Ukraine and inflation rates at 3 decades high. But with investment in NDP priorities, housing, dental care, and a tax on excess bank profits all making the cut. The budget will pass the first test of the NDP Liberal confidence and supply deals reached last month. Federal program spending falls to $425.4 billion in the new fiscal year with a deficit of $52.8 billion, which are the lowest since before the pandemic but still significantly above pre-pandemic levels. Total spending in this budget, including debt servicing, is $452.3 billion. It took 1,030 days, but Danny Green finally has his ring. The Philadelphia 76ers forward, who was a key member of the Toronto Raptors' thrilling 2019 championship run, was presented with this enormous diamond-encrusted ring by former teammates Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam prior to Thursday's game at Scotiabank Arena. Green was feted with the video tribute and a warm standing ovation, putting a hand to his heart in appreciation. Since his season as a Raptor, when he started in 80 games and averaged 10.3 points and a shot at career best 45.5% from three-point range, Green has played on three teams, being traded twice, and even won another championship with the 2020 Los Angeles Lakers. Green originally would have received his ring when the Lakers visited on March 4th, 2020, but the league had been shuttered 2 weeks earlier due to COVID-19. And on the weather news, today and Saturday will be partially clouds with a chance of showers. Sunday again is mix of sun and clouds. Temperature will range between 7 and 9 degrees centigrade. Do you love pizza? Of course you do. Everybody loves pizza. Today I'm sharing the origin of pizza in our interesting fact of the week. Pizza is a type of food that was created in Italy. It is made by putting toppings such as cheese, sausages, pepperoni, vegetables, tomatoes, spices, and herbs. The food was invented in Naples about 200 years ago. It is the name for a special type of flatbreads made with special dough. The pizza enjoyed a second birth as it was taken to the United States in the later 19th century. Flatbreads like the focaccia from Liguria have been known for a very long time. Pizza need to be baked at temperature at least 200 or 250 Celsius. Now for some fun facts about pizza. Americans consume roughly 100 acres of pizza each day. 36% of Americans believe that pizza is a breakfast meal. At least but not least, also 36% of all pizza orders want their pizza topped with pepperoni. Oh, all that pizza talk is making me hungry again. That's all I have today for you folks. See you again next week. Same day, same time. And now over to Aiden.
Thank you so much, Kevin. I absolutely love pizza. And you know what? I might consider getting a pizza later in the week. I hope you guys also may consider getting a pizza because pizzas are delicious. Anyways, on to our second gaming news. Kevin was somewhat talking about it, but everyone seems to be very interested in the metaverse. And I have a story to tell about tech companies, specifically the tech companies Epic and Logo, that are already trying to make sure the concept is safe for kids. The announcement apparently says that the companies are entering a long-term partnership to make a family-friendly metaverse. Lego Group CEO Niels Christiansen said in a statement that there is going to be huge potential to develop lifelong skills such as creativity, collaboration, and communication through digital experiences. and the partnership is aimed in that direction. But the company's metaverse for kids seems to be in very early stages. It is unclear when it will launch and what platform it will entail exactly. But the three principles driving the project, the company says, are to prioritize children's safety and well-being, protect children's privacy, and give children and parents tools to give them control over their digital experience, and make sure that all children are located in a safe environment where they are making sure that they keep it in a controlled and safe improvements, and making sure that they keep constant updates to make sure that this remains a stable metaverse for the kids. We are excited to come together to build a space in the metaverse that's fun, entertaining, and made for kids and family, said the Epic CEO Tim Sweeney. Now, I really appreciate that a company is really making sure that children have a spot that they can play in the metaverse that is safe, and the family knows that, or at least parents know that their kids are safe and they're not dwelling in any dark places in the metaverse. Because, as all things, the internet is a scary place, just like the metaverse. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news and, of course, your favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Uconnect now for a good news story. A Britain man can fill up his gas tank for less than $10. Meet the man with Britain's lowest fuel bill as he drives the world's smallest car, which costs just $9 to fill up. Alex Orchin is seen buzzing around his village on his daily chores in his quirky blue Peel P50. This car enthusiast stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and drives around in the tiny car running errands such as posting letters and filling up with fuel. The car is just 53 inches long, 39 inches wide, and 39 inches high, and it has a 5-liter gas tank. The eccentric Alex, who's 31 years old, is an avid motoring collector who loves driving around in the tiny 3-wheeler car. Last year, he drove the length of the UK in the car, which has a top speed of just 37 kilometers per hour. Alex said, "I've always had an interest in old vintage and unusual cars since I was a kid. No one in my family was into it. I got fixated on this idea of having a P50 car just because it was so tiny. The car always gets attention. It is quite staggering because to me it's just a tiny car. It's much smaller than you think. Alex can fit a shopping bag down the left of the car by handbrake but nothing else. His car, a P50, was first made on the Isle of Man in the 1960s. And in 2010, the model was named the smallest production car ever built in the Book of Guinness World Records. Alex Peel P50 tiny car attracts absolutely everyone, including people who aren't interested in cars. They think it's so hilarious and children love it. The under 10-year-olds especially goes mad for it. You can visit Alex's YouTube channel called Forward to the Past to see more on his tiny car obsession. Hey guys, would you like to drive this tiny car? Now for another good news story. Ottawa Senators hockey team captain Brady Tkachuk joins neighborhood hockey kids for street hockey game. An afternoon NHL game apparently wasn't enough hockey for Senators captain Brady Tkachuk. When he got home after a Sunday's game and spotted the neighborhood kids playing street hockey, the 22-year-old had to join them. Fresh off a 2-assist performance against the Detroit Red Wings, Tkachuk drove home and got out of his car. When one of the kids, then all of them yelled at him to join. Neighbor Andy Morrissey, whose 2 sons are part of what has become a near daily road hockey game in Wellington West. Tkachuk threw part of his suit inside, walked over, grabbed a right-handed hockey stick he normally shoots left, and joined the game. Many of the children were at the game and were still wearing their Senators gear. His neighbor Morrissey said they all showed gigantic smiles during the 20 minutes or so that Tkachuk played. Tkachuk first moved into a house in the neighborhood with former Senators Mark Stone. He and the other Senators who had lived there have been welcome additions. On Sunday, Tkachuk insisted on posting for a photo with the kids before heading off to a team dinner. His neighbor Morsi said parents should often remind their children how lucky they are to have so much interaction with an NHL All Star. Way to go, Brady. Now, turning to animal interest news, a gorgeous bat falcon spotted for the first time in the United States. Birders and bird watchers are flocking to Texas to see a bird that lives thousands of leagues to the south make its first recorded appearance on U.S. shores. The bat falcon, though small, is a bird of prey as one could hope to see. This particular individual, suspected of being only a juvenile, has actually been here since last year, but only began making headlines after the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service posted some images of the bird snapped by one Peter Witt resting on a branch with a big juicy dragonfly in his beak. Living in Mexico, Trinidad, and South America, the bat falcon is characterized by a white and rust neck, rust rump, white chest bars, and yellow spectacles. Border Report tells the story of Ray Sharpton, a 77-year-old retiree who hopped in his car at 3 a.m. and drove 34 hours from upstate New York to see the bird, adding that there are even and birders coming from Europe to see it. In their native habitat in Latin America, they feed on small mammals, bats, insects, and other birds are considered a species of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. This is Joshua Show reporting for You Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
Now, thank you so much, Joshua. I have to say, the first news that you shared, I'm going to get started with my driving test, but I have a Fiat 500, so it's a pretty small car. And then I see this even smaller car, and I am just looking so forward to getting that car. Just imagine, beep, beep, beep. I don't know how fast it'll go. I don't know if it'll be fast enough to even be on the highway, but it looks like an awesome car. And thank you so much, Joshua. On to our final video game news. We got to do board games, but it's called the board game of the week. Now, similar to the video game of the week, instead of we're talking about a video game, we're going to be talking about a board game. And today's board game of the week is called Everdell. Now, within the charming valley of Everdell, beneath the boughs of towering trees, among meandering streams and mossy hollows, a civilization of forest creatures are thriving and expanding. From Everfrost to Bellsong, many a year have come and gone, but the time has come for new territories to be settled and new cities established. You will be the leader of a group of critters intent on such a task. There are buildings to construct, lively characters to meet, events to host. You have a busy year ahead of yourself. Now, will the sun shine brightest on your city before the winter moon rises? This game is all about you being a constructor for a brand new city. You are the mayor of your own town. You can either start a little tiny town or you can expand into a massive city. It really depends on your choices and your thoughts and your choices have huge consequences. So make sure that you pay attention to every single action that you do. This game is awesome. It's like a board game as a video game. It actually sounds awesome, and it has like dialogue, like NPCs. I'm surprised how awesome this board game looks. And if you guys are really interested in a kind of like a Harvest Moon kind of Animal Crossing host your own town kind of game, I recommend that you check it out because it's a board game. And if your family loves those types of games and they want something to pass the time that isn't on an electronic, Everdell is a really good game that I think that you should check out. Anyways, though, next up we have Nibras, and Nibras has with us some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan, and I'm your host for the entertainment news. Let's get straight in our top story. And our top story is about who is Matea Roach? a 3-day Jeopardy champion. That's who, yes. The Canadian contestant won $9,599 on Thursday night show, bringing her total winnings to $80,000. While Roach answered the final Jeopardy round clue incorrectly, so did the other two contestants. At the top of the show, her previous night's feat of answering 36 correct answers prompted host Ma'am Bullock to call a champion caliber and dominating performance. During the contestant interview portion, Roach was careful to mention that she hailed from Halifax because her family thought it was very important, as well as offered a shout out to Calgary and Moncton, where she's also lived. During an interview with Global's The Morning Show, Roach said she's watched Jeopardy since she was a child, although she admitted Wheel of Fortune was her favorite, and it turns out if it wasn't for a COVID-19 pandemic, Roach may never had ended up on the game show. I applied during the pandemic. I was like many people my age, spending a bit more time at my parents' house than I really expected to, she said. So I went online and began the audition process by taking a test. Roach is originally from Nova Scotia but moved to Toronto 6 years ago. Now she has family, friends, and fans cheering from coast to coast. Roach will be back on Friday's episode today as the returning champion. She has already said she plans to use her winnings to pay off her student loans. Oh, that's amazing, guys. It's just amazing news. She's a Canadian. Congratulations, Miss Roach. It's a big honor. We salute you. Everyone in Canada is happy. You're amazing. Now, to my second story. Before I go to my second story, I'd like to give you guys the fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is, drum roll, please. Now, so this is a long fact of the day. So, did you guys know that Team India won the 1983 Cricket World Cup Championship? Yes, that's true. But it wasn't easy for them because they were the underdogs back then, and they never won a single match before. And that's why people underestimated them from the start of the World Cup. So, for example, 2 or 3 situations happened when they got there to England. And when they found out their tickets were pre-booked before the finals and the semi-finals. The finals was on the 25th, and their tickets were automatically booked on the 19th. They assumed that a lot of people thought they wouldn't make it because they only won one match before the World Cup, only one, and they were not a good team. Everyone didn't like them. For another example is the first match on the World Cup, they won. Everyone was surprised, and they won the second, third, and then people said, to the captain, a good job. Now, when are you returning to India? Because they thought these guys are not gonna go to the finals. These guys not even go to the semifinals because it's not a good team. It's not a big team. But they did. They won the finals. They went to the semifinals and they won the finals square, and it was just amazing. Everyone was cheering, and that's why they gained respect because they won the final. They beat every other team there, and it just shows that sometimes you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and you should never give up. Right? The team captain of India was very strong, very confident that we will win. Whatever happens, we will win. And also, whoever participates in a tournament, every team or every individual has a chance to win that. It's a person. Every team or a person has a chance to win that, and nobody can say, "Oh, you cannot win that." A lot of people are saying you'll not win that. It's just a small team. So the point or the reason of the fact is that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Also, if a team is winning now, 10 years later, that doesn't mean the team will win again because the team will change, the players will change. So, meaning it's not the team who wins, it's the player who make the team win. It's the players who make the country win the match, right? So just keep this in mind, right? I hope you like this fact. If you like this, comment down below. And yeah, and that's all for me. As always, this is Nibras Khan from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Aiden. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nibras, for the news that you shared. You know what? I didn't know that about the cricket. Excuse
It's
me.
a Cricket World Cup. Yeah. 1983. Yeah.
Very interesting news to share. Thank you so much, Nibras. And now we shall move on to the final piece. In my personal opinion, the cherry on top of the Youth Connect, we always have to do Jeffrey, the live musician, with his live music.
Hi, everybody. Great to be back after a short break. And you know what? I hope you're ready to hear some music from me. And as I'm going to be playing Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, winter. Little darling, it's been like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the stars are turning to our faces. Little darling, it's been like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here comes. 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 Little darling, I feel like ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, I sing. It's alright. Here comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun. It's all. It's alright. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. This is Jeffrey from Youth Connect. I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.
You know what, Jeffrey? You brought the sun. Do 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 do. Really good song. I really love "Here Comes the Sun." It's a really good Beatles song, and you know what? It's really nice to have you back. You know what? I really thought that you were here last week, but guess what? I know for sure that you're here this week. And I hope that the viewers also liked "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles. Really, really, really good song. Anyways, we have reached the end of our Youth Connect. If you like the Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
And I'm also adding another thing saying if you guys like the show, make sure to share it with all of your friends because guess what? The more friends that see Youth Connect, the more we have more friends to check out our show. And I guess what? We would really appreciate if you did.
The more the merrier.
Oh,
Yeah.
very, very much. Anyways, guys, we will see you all not next week because of Good Friday, but we will see you the week after. Anyways, guys, have a great long weekend, and we will see you soon. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye.